Welcome to Edge Multimedia. My name is Christopher Kelly, I'm the CEO of Edge, and before I dive into the nitty-gritty of inbound marketing, let me share a very relevant conversation I had recently with the MD of a large corporation here in the UK. Whilst he built his business to the multi-million pound mark, he found that his current methodology in garnering leads and building sales simply seemed to be stuck. He wasn't getting anywhere, he wasn't building, he was maintaining, but he wasn't moving forward. I suggested to him that the internet maybe has caused the problem for him in the sense that it's fundamentally changed the way people find, discover, share and connect. So he has to find a new way of reaching people that prospectively may become his customers. I gently introduced the concept of inbound marketing. Think about it. Here's what a typical new consumer would do when making a major purchase. I know what I did. I went online to do some research to find information on the product I was looking for, and specs, etc. I would look for reviews from independent reviewers so I got a totally unbiased opinion on the product. I'd look for comparisons of this product versus that product. At some point in the journey, I want to get some pricing, of course. When I'd done all that research, I'd then contact the preferred vendor based on the research. That means I arrived at the door of the shop, as it were, ready to buy. Very different to the old days, isn't it? So here's what I suggest a switched-on marketer could do. Create content which addresses the search demands of the consumer, what they're looking for, the information they're looking for. Makes the content useful, helpful, and in aggregate, a very valuable resource. Promote the valuable content on blogs, social media, email, across any medium you can think of that will get it out there in front of the public eye. Make sure everything is SEO optimized so it ranks in Google, because the imperative is to make sure that the people it was written for actually end up finding it. If you don't do that, you're stuck with outbound marketing. Like my friend I spoke about earlier, you get stuck because you spend money on all sorts of systems and ideas and people that simply don't work anymore. Cold calls don't work anymore. Well, they kind of work, but the idea is with a cold call that the consumer just happens to be in the market for the product and doesn't mind being interrupted. In fact, you've tried to get the attention of somebody who couldn't care less. Why not be the center of attention? If you write the content for your product that they want to find on the web, when they're looking for something like your product, then you become the center of their attention, the focus, rather than a nuisance and an unnecessary interruption to their day. It's a whole different way of presenting yourself. You can have events, of course. You can buy a cold list of prospects and send them unwanted emails. That certainly doesn't work. In my experience, a recent experience from a colleague of mine who bought a 150,000 person list in the local area and sent emails to that list 4 times over a 2-week period with great content, a great template, a great message, changed the subject lines, did all that. He got good open rates, and guess how many leads he got? Nil, zero, nada, not one single inquiry. Blows your mind, doesn't it? Even worse than that, in my opinion, then I'm biased because I am in sales, was he has his 100k sales guys make cold calls. It really happens, you know. I mean, it's crackers to have your salespeople who you're paying a small fortune to, rightly so, I think, if they're any good, wasting their time making cold calls. I mean, they're not wasting their time, but that job can be done by somebody on a far lower pay grade. So why have your sales guys doing it? They should be out making sales, not making cold calls. That's my opinion anyway. If you look at it from a purely ROI perspective, inbound strategies deliver below average cost per lead. Everything you do from an outbound point of view, whether it's telemarketing, PPC, trade shows or whatever, has a cost, which is a cost to your business, which produces a short-term result at best. PPC obviously does. As soon as you turn the tap off, the leads stop, the sales stop. Whereas, if you employ an inbound strategy, you create content which goes out on the web, it goes to your website, it stays there for a long time, it's distributed through social media, you build up a lead base to whom you can email, you can send emails to, you SEO your content so it's found when they do a search, you have great blogs, and that stays out there forever. So you're building an aggregate body of content that serves you well long into the future, long after you've created it. So it's a very valuable way of building a resource. In other words, you're investing in a resource that grows in value rather than expending money on something short-term that produces a result, but it's a short-term result nonetheless. So inbound strategies, therefore, are a far more substantial way for you to gain market share and maintain a competitive edge over a long period of time. You can see that I'm clearly passionate about this. In fact, I believe that inbound is the future of marketing. It's actually the today of marketing as well, but it's definitely the future of marketing. So jump on board now, don't waste any more time with the old methodology. Settle down and build yourself a credible base of information that can be related to by your audience and have great fun at the same time and build sales and build a business. My name is Chris Kelly from Edge Multimedia. I enjoy presenting this to you. I hope you enjoyed it too. Come back and see us soon. We're always adding content to our site, as you expect us to do, based on our philosophy. And we'd love to see you back at Edge.